as a Christian, I do believe that he is the Son of God.
Sure. Why do you believe that?
Well, I believe that from my own perspective.
Yeah, but why? What's the evidence?
The evidence that I had was as a uh, guy who was in the Marines and whose leg got blowed off while I was in Iraq. Uh, I was not raised as a Christian. I was not raised as a believer. Uh, I went to rehab. I went through physical therapy. I went through anything and everything I could find because as a person who was a
This Lieutenant
Marine,
Dan?
as a person who was a Marine, I wanted to work again. I wanted to get back being a Marine again. I wanted to retire from being a Marine and be a police officer. And I called on any God I could find. I went to a church where they preached Jesus, and my leg grew back.
Your leg grew back? Do you have evidence
My
of
leg,
this?
yes, I do.
I
I
want to
not
see the
only
evidence.
not only do I have evidence, I have the physical therapy reports. I have all of that.
I want to see all of it. I want
And
all
I
that
was shot.
documentation.
I was shot with a hydroshock bullet that went right through my leg. And I don't know.
Right, yes. I want the documentation. Where can I find it?
Well, I can send it to you. I have it in all of my files.
I would love to have it. Send me a link. I'll review all of the documentation.
I have all of that.
Can't
And
wait.
that's, and that's why.
A leg growing back is crazy. I would like to say
Well,
thank
it
you.
happens, sir. You
I
can
would.
you can look at my page. I
Oh
have
no, no,
pictures
no!
on my page as well.
It's no problem. I would like to thank you for your service. I'm also a veteran, Special Forces. You know what I'm saying? Fifth Group. I was out in Iraq, '08 and '09, front lines, and riding around. And we got you already know the vibes on that. We got shot at a lot. We ran into a whole lot of mortars. We was bombed consecutively. I have my own you know theory on that. I believe a couple of my soldier friends perspective on Jesus almost got us killed. Actually, I can't say that right. Almost got us unalived. Actually, and it's a bit of a long story, but regardless of the fact, I threw a couple of soldiers out of a window to save them from getting shot. I jumped out a window also, and on the after action review, they wanted to thank Jesus, and meanwhile, I'm the one that saved them. Um, so,
Thank you,
but
Frank.
just understand, you're not the only one with the testimony.
It's
Like
for
that.
me. It's not a testimony. I wasn't
Hey,
raised a Christian.
Can I ask you a question,
I was
MJ?
raised a gang member.
MJ, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What part of your leg was missing?
The bullet went through the lower part of the calf because it was a hydroshock bullet. It blew the lower part of the leg, like literally halfway off.
Okay, so you're missing the lower like 20 to 15% of your leg.
No, I was missing the
No, that's what I'm
muscle,
asking. You were missing your
muscle
leg
and
from
bone.
from the mid calf down. It was completely gone, right?
Yeah, the bullet went through. When a hydroshock goes through, it leaves a big hole.
And that's not what I'm asking. Was it completely missing? Was it taken off?
Yes, the flesh was gone.
the
Okay,
flesh.
so
There's
you
flesh. There's muscle, and there's bone.
Exactly,
All
muscle and
right.
bone.
So was your bones gone?
Yes, the bone's gone.
okay? Are the
Wait,
bones there now?
Yes.
Okay, this is the evidence I want to see. I want to see the evidence that part of your leg was completely gone, and now it's not gone.
And all of this happened without any hospitalization. You just sat there and your bone grew back.
No, again, watch this. I told you I was not a Christian. I didn't know nothing about. I thought Jesus died on every
I mean,
Easter.
I do want to hear that. I do want to hear that. But
Wait,
answer
wait.
my
It's not
question.
a testimony. I'm
No,
getting to the medical. If you
answer
let me get
answer
to the
my question real
medical,
quick.
if you let me
you
get to
get
the medical part, I would get to the medical part. Okay, I did what everybody else did. Number one, I did not know. Hey, I watch TV, so I didn't know there's no treatment for gunshot wounds. Either you make it or you don't. You know, if you said you were in Iraq like I was, if you get hit with a bullet, there's only limited things medical science can do for you. I mean,
Yeah, we know
Um,
about this. I don't know. We don't need a lesson about how science
this is what
works.
it is. You're on the platform right now, and I don't want to do the long and drawn out stuff. That's why I asked you a question. I just wanted you to answer the question. Was your nobody helped you in the hospital?
No, yeah, they gave me pain pills.
All
They gave
right.
me pain pills, and
So
and the
so
blood,
so
and if you get shot, the blood has to come. You know that the blood is constantly leaking out
I
until
got you. I
that
got
wound
you.
starts healing itself.
Well, exactly. That'll take a couple of days depending on your body.
No, it took like a week.
Okay. So your bones were shot off,
Yes,
basically,
the bones are shot off.
and you was walking around with a stub for a while until it grew back.
No, it's just the back part of the leg, the calf.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
so now we're getting closer to the truth. Okay, so you
this
started
one
by
is-
saying it was completely missing. Now it's just a piece of the muscle.
No,
That's-
what I'm saying is the back part of the leg.
All
I'm
right,
gonna draw a
listen.
picture. Hold on. Okay.
The bullet's gonna go through. It's not gonna stop.
I'm literally trying to help your argument, soldier. The muscle.
I was
that's
a
why-
Marine. Please don't call me a soldier.
Oh, okay, Marine. There's bone, there's flesh, and there's muscle, basically. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying is missing is the bone and the muscle and the flesh.
When the bullet came in, the back of the
Yes.
calf
Oh no.
listen, the back of the calf was blown off.
Hold on. I need you to help me out here.
So
What-
the muscle was blown off.
What
not
part
the
of this
bone.
leg was missing?
Go to the calf right there.
Right here.
That mid part of the calf, right?
The-
Trajectory.
That was missing.
Yes, with a portion of the bone missing.
That's
as well.
it. Yeah, your muscle can grow back, guy.
The muscle
Yeah.
was blown off. It can't grow back.
Yes, it can.
Yes,
Muscle grows
yes,
back.
it
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, muscle
Bro,
regenerates sometimes.
It's not a piece of a muscle, buddy. It's like the whole calf.
Okay, so you didn't have your the way you came in saying your whole foot was now gone. Everything was gone.
Not
the bone,
foot. That's
the
at
bone,
the back of the leg.
You
the
said-
bone,
you
the
said
foot, and
back of
everything.
the leg.
Funny how the story changes as we
The
start
story
asking
has
questions.
Not changed. The back of the leg.
Bust this though. Justin. Watch. Y'all gonna bug the hell out. I'm gonna show you. Where's this video at?
Parker,
How can I turn the video on?
I got you, Parker. Thank you for the trash panda, and let me see if I can make you big. I don't know if I can make you big. Hold on. I think they took that away from me when they updated my account. Give me a second.
I just want to show y'all right now what's going on and how it relates to what he's talking about.
Right.
Okay.
Right now, I don't have the ability to make your screen any bigger than it is because they upgraded my account to be able to stream from Streamlabs,
Okay.
and they won't let me do it.
Well, I will tell y'all. I too had my leg blown off, and I currently wear a brace right
damn.
now, and I would show y'all like literally right now, and the muscle was gone, and the muscle grew back, bro. That happens. Now,
That was the power of Doug.
It happens. It happens within 3 weeks. The
Bro.
entire thing grows back. Stop. Come on, man. Stop.
Bro,
Stop.
I'm trying to help you because
like
I don't want you to make
Don't
us
lie
look bad
like
out
that.
here. You can't
Don't
tell
lie
the
like that.
audience. You can't tell people that your leg
Don't
was
lie
blown
like
off
that.
and it grew
I
back.
have the documentation. I have the paperwork. There's nothing you can
At
say
this-
to change that,
at this
buddy.
point, at this point, bro, nobody believes you. You said your leg.
They don't
blew
have to
off.
believe. They can
All
go
right,
to
cool.
Yeah.
my page.
No one
and
believes you.
They can
And-
look my name.
MJ,
up.
you already wasted your opportunity. No one believes you now. You got caught
They
lying.
don't have to believe me.
Yo, I'm sorry.
They don't have to
If
believe
you go to-
me.
if
All
you
I
go to
know,
my
I
page-
could not
if you go to
walk,
my
and I'm
page, I
walking
got a lot of
again.
videos on my
And I
page,
just
Justin.
retired. I just retired as a special agent.
You will always see my picture. If y'all go to my page, y'all gonna see I got a leg brace. I was in a horrible accident and my muscle was gone. I was technically not supposed to be walking out here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need no God or nothing like that. I didn't pray. My brother stopped everybody from praying for me and everything like that. And all my stuff came back. And I'm
Now,
and
first you said
I'm
your
walking.
leg. You just stated you had been shot. Now make your mind up. Was it you? Were you shot? Was it an
Y'all hear me
accident?
say y'all hear me say my
Yeah,
I
you
got
did. You
shot?
did. Yeah, you did say that.
No, I didn't. No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
you did. You
No,
just
I
said
didn't.
that.
I just said my leg was blown off.
Okay, you said it in the same context as me. Then you
No.
came back and said you were in an accident. Then you said to me,
Alright.
your leg and your leg growing back and mine being blown off by the
Well,
back up blown off by a hydroshock.
The difference is
Do
I
you
can
know what a
I can show
hydroshock?
mine. I
Do you
can
know what a
show- I can sh-
hydroshock bullet is?
Bro, I can
Do
show
you know what?
mine.
Do you know what a hydroshock bullet is? I don't think you
MJJ,
have a clue.
hold on. MJ, it doesn't matter what blew your muscle off. The fact of the matter is muscle can regenerate. And there's lots of medical articles on this. Skeletal muscle regeneration is modulated by inflammation, and they tell you the various factors that play into muscle regeneration as long as it's skeletal muscle. So what you're hearing from Mass is his experience. He's saying he had skeletal muscle damage and his grew back the same way yours did, the same way the scientists say can happen. And Judas, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says he got shot by an expensive self-defense, I can't say the word on TikTok, in Iraq. That doesn't make sense either. So here's the deal. Okay, certain types of muscle can actually grow back and regenerate. I've seen it happen. So like, you started the conversation by saying your leg was blown off, and now we've whittled it down to you're missing part of your calf muscle. So I'm not impressed by this.
And bone as well, Justin. What I want to say medically, Justin, I just want to say this.
Bones can partially regenerate too. The rib can partially regenerate pretty rapidly.
Justin, but this is what I want you to hear. Obviously, they put me in physical therapy because there's nothing you can do. The physical therapist, Justin, they measure, if this guy's telling the truth, he would know. The physical therapist measures your movement and measures the amount of muscle that is left every time you go. Okay? Mine went from a 2%, Justin, and after going to the church and having prayer, it went to 98% within 2 days.
How come prayer doesn't work for anyone else?
Justin, I don't know.
See, this is the big problem with prayer is like when people have like what we would call rare medical anomalies and somebody was praying, they assume it has to be God. But what do we do when all the rest of the prayer studies indicate otherwise, right? What about the millions of starving children around the globe that literally all they need is something to eat to keep them from dying? What about them? How come prayer doesn't work for them?
Justin, you're not talking to some guy that was raised up in a church that really is just some super Christian. You're talking to a guy. I didn't care, Justin, who would help me walk again. I didn't care if it was Buddha.
Listen, that's not an answer to my question. That's not an answer. My question is, how do you know that what happened to you is a response to prayer when 99% of the time prayer doesn't get answered? How do you make that connection?
Because, Justin, the last place I went to was a church. I was
so it's a correlation causation fallacy.
Justin, I literally was an atheist. I've read.
I'm sure you were.
Lawrence Krauss, Richard Dawkins, Stephen Hawkins, Carl Sagan. I've read all these people when I was growing up. I wanted to be an astrophysicist. I can't explain it, Justin.
I know you can, but that doesn't mean that your God did it.
I prayed to Jesus, and I went back to my physical therapy. 98% movement.
Yes, I'm sure.
98%.
Well, I look forward to seeing the documentation because I don't believe anything you tell me because you've already lied once.
No.
Yeah,
I was not.
You're making
lying.
us look bad out here, man. I don't like that, man.
Listen, I'm a person of integrity. I'm a retired law enforcement. I'm a person of integrity.
You're supposed to be.
Well, it's kind of different for law enforcement inspector, sir. Like we got to have the highest form of integrity to even get there.
Well,
wait, to get where?
I trust law enforcement
inspector.
I trust soldiers more than I do law enforcement. So law enforcement is not an upgrade of believability.
A law enforcement inspector is not a police officer that changes tires to give out tickets.
Matter.
We pursue white collar crimes.
You're trying to make an argument about what you're saying. You came in to reaching too far. And if you wasn't reaching, people would believe you. But came in. My leg was blown. My leg was blown off. Then later on, it's your muscle that's blowing off. That immediately, come on, as a Marine, you should know like. Communication is very important to us. We don't do the stretching. We get right to the point, and that's it.
Okay, let me stop you. You were not a Marine, so let me stop you right there, buddy.
I'm a soldier, definitely. What you gonna down? You're gonna downplay soldier to Marine? That's what we're gonna do? We're gonna do that?
So Mass had an experience similar to yours, and there was no God involved. And we've got another super chat from Dexter. Dex says his dad was accidentally, with a pew-pew by one of his friends when he was 16. He was told he would never walk again. He was walking a year later. Doctors can be wrong. I agree. Doctors can be wrong. There are such things as medical anomalies. I was a medical anomaly. Every year that I saw my doctor, he said I wasn't going to live another 2 more years. And guess what? And I'm 40 years old now, and I'm still here. So, yes, medical anomalies happen every day. There's always going to be somebody who has a medical phenomenon that breaks the mold. And maybe your calf growing back is an uncommon phenomenon, but it certainly isn't impossible.
It's not
within
uncommon
3
for the
weeks,
muscle.
though.
No,
3 weeks. That's impossible.
It's not uncommon.
That's
for the,
impossible within 3 weeks.
It's not uncommon for the muscle.
Well, I'm not aware of any medical documentaries that showed a calf and partial bone growing back within 3 weeks.
Go down to the hospital that you got cared for at, and you'll see.
My wife works there. Wife works there.
Okay.
I'm always at the hospital. I've never seen it happen. Matter of fact, my physical therapist actually became a believer after that.
Oh, really?
Yes, she's never seen nothing like that in her life.
I got you. Well, listen, after you say your leg was blown off, then it turns out it was just your muscle and not your bone. It's just kind of hard to believe.
When Justin gave up. When Justin gave the illustration,
it's about to get bad for you again, MJ. According to this source, muscle regeneration usually begins in the first 4 to 5 days after an injury and peaks around 2 weeks, and then gradually decreases in the next 3 to 4 weeks, which means your muscle generation literally peaks roughly 2 weeks after the initial injury. So depending on the severity of your injury, a good portion of it could have been regenerated by then. And also, Aaron, thank you for the $10 super chat. YouTube's crushing these super chats today. Says, just because you can't explain something doesn't mean God did it. You need to demonstrate the necessary connection between the two events.
Well, I believe I've done that because I've told you guys what happened to me. And I understand what you just stated, because when you, with that report you just read, mine was the exception to the rule. Actually, my physical therapist was going to recommend that I go on SSI disability because I was not showing any improvement at all.
For 3 weeks.
No improvement. Actually, it was getting. Actually, when he talked about the decreasing stage, I was actually.
The story keeps changing.
Stage. You just said you healed in 3 weeks, so that means they saw you healing. Hold up. That means they saw you healing in a short period of time.
No,
why would they? Hold up. I'm gonna
finish.
I promise. I'll make it short.
You putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
He did. We all heard you say it. The whole chat is calling you out on it right now. All of them.
Right. You said three. You said your muscle grew back in 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks.
Can I finish?
No. Yes or
listen, no.
Answer the question.
Can I make my statement? Don't put words in my mouth. What I stated to you is this.
3 weeks. You said your muscle grew back.
Are you listening? It didn't take.
I'm listening. Before you go on to say,
are you listening?
Before you go on to say more things that I'm not going to understand, how about you clarify this first? You said that your muscle grew back in 3 weeks.
No, I didn't. I said it was a miracle. I said it was a. Are you listening? I said it was a miracle
because your muscle grew back in 3 weeks.
I went to church that my muscles were decreasing. I went to church that Sunday, and when I went to my physical therapist that Monday, after that third week. It was 98%. It was not a gradual healing.
You know what? He remind me of, Justin? You know that thing that every time you twist it, it changes his face? Rubik's Cube, right?
Yeah, we got a Rubik's Cube up in here.
No, we don't. We have somebody that's trying to put words in somebody else's mouth.
MJ, I just have a quick question. I have a quick question. I was in the Marines as well. What was your MOS?
1812 MO1 tanker. Next. Let's go.
You said 1812?
1812 MO1 tanker. Let's go. Anything else you want to know?
He's just checking.
Is Fort Knox, Kentucky familiar to you about the training? What was your MOS?
Oh, I was in 0311, then the 7052 when I did the lap
Okay,
move.
you were a pencil pusher? All right. Thank
wait,
you.
Wow.
Look at it. It's so aggressive.
We're not going to do that.
0311 is infantry rifleman, my dude. 0311 is infantry rifleman.
Every guy, I got you.
What we're not gonna do, we're not gonna shame any. We're not gonna shame any military member. None of us.
Yeah.
So let's stop doing that, MJ. Don't do that here. I'm going off of what you're saying. I'm not about to insult your MOS. I'm not about to insult your service. Don't
But
do
see,
that.
this is the thing.
Pause. Don't open
We
the door
joke,
for people
don't
to
we?
do that. No, don't open the door to do that. Let's just go off the topic. We're not going to shame any military member. None. Thank you. Continue.
Right. Well, I think Cyber just wanted to verify that you actually were, because
okay.
there are some tall tales being told here.
Well, I believe
there were some tall tales being told here, and he wanted to validate that at least some of these tall tales were true. But Dexter has a very poignant super chat. Listen to this real quick, MJ. Dexter says, "Why didn't the doctors study you if it was so miraculous? Doctors would fight over each other to prove it was a miracle." And this is true. All the doctors that I know, if they witnessed something like that, they would be clamoring to study you. Did they do any studying of you after the fact?
well, they don't care.
They don't care. All the doctors I know,
care.
they would be. Where is Sarah right now? Hold on. Where can someone go get Leaving Faith for us?
Can I tell you my experience?
No, just stop talking for a second. Listen, everyone listening right now, go find Sarah from Leaving Faith. I want to get the physiologist in the room right with us. I want to hear what she has to say about this. If you don't know, Leaving Faith, Sarah is a literal physiologist. Let's go get her. If she's available, she's on vacation right now. She might not be available, but if she's available, guys, go find her. We need to get her in here, and I want to hear, because as someone who knows many people in the physiology or in the medical world, you're not walking out of the hospital when a miracle happens. They're literally clamoring to study you. Also, Kay, thank you for the $5 super chat. Kay says, you can tell how dishonest he is. Y'all asked him if he had a stub, and he said yes. And he did. You said you had a stub, and it grew back, and your story changed, which is why it is so difficult for us to believe anything you're saying.
Well, Justin, they are partials. You do know that, right?
Do you know what a stub is?
Yes, when you go to physical therapy, Justin, they place these devices on you. I was given one of those devices.
But do you know what a stub is?
I do know what a stub is.
Okay, did you have a stub?
A partial stub, Justin.
Oh, the partial stub. Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh. A stub is literally the meaning of a partial. Like, I can't with this guy, man. Like, I'm a.
Well, see, this is the thing. You don't understand medical terminology because you were not. It didn't happen to you. I was the one who was injured.
Are you out of your mind?
So you think when I went? So what you think?
Justin, if I could get on video right now, I would shut him all the.
I'm so sorry. There's no way to do it right now with my backup account.
So when I went to physical therapy, what do you think I did?
MJ, my question is, how do you know this was Yahweh and not the rock god Doug?
Because I prayed to the God Doug. I prayed to the God Buddha. I prayed to the God of, anybody. And the only person who gave me any type of improvement at the prayer was Jesus.
You knew of his divine rockness?
So he spent 3 weeks praying to every God until he stumbled across Jesus. Right.
Hey, MJ, do you know a guy named Mac Luster?
No.
Because Mac Luster knows you. He says, I know this guy, and he lied about seeing an angel before. Why do I keep getting? And I've heard a couple people in the comments say the same thing. They heard you tell tall tales about angels before. So now I'm kind of curious. Are you the type of guy that just goes around to people's lives making up tall tales?
No, I've never said I've saw an angel.
Okay,
I've never said that.
So how do you know that it was actually the Christian God? For example, and this goes back to what some people have been saying. It may be possible that you prayed to the Christian God, but that actually Brahma and Vishnu felt sorry for you and healed you. So how do you know that you weren't healed by Brahma and Vishnu?
Well, I know because I know it's in my spirit, and I prayed to them, and they didn't do nothing.
Gonna be God talk to him. Justin, bust it. The next line is gonna be God talk to him personally.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
No. God didn't talk to me personally.
Dexter says he caught you in another lie. Dex, thank you for the $5 super chat. Dexter says we caught him in another lie. He first said that he didn't believe in God. Now he says that he is praying.
Yeah, in the hospital. Yes. If you in a situation,
who you praying to? You don't believe in God.
Anybody.
I don't pray to anybody, no matter what the situation is. I don't believe in God.
I didn't expect this to happen to me.
So you were never a real atheist. You were agnostic.
Well, after having that experience, I was calling on who I can. I just wanted to walk again. I
Right.
just wanted to rejoin my unit. I just wanted to have a regular life with my kids. I
Yeah,
was
so
calling
you're
on
an
anything
agnostic. I
could
know.
find.
Just say
Yeah.
you were agnostic rather than atheist.
Well, I'm not a religious person, so I don't know what all that is.
It just means that you didn't have a lack of belief in a God. You were open to the possibility. You didn't know what you believed.
Well, after being shot, I was open to the possibility because I was open because I could have died.
Okay, so you're agnostic. That's fine.
Well, sound like he was scared to me. Anyway, yeah.
Well, if you get lucky and don't hit your head and hit your leg, I mean, you kind of start thinking about life, buddy.
I don't.
You telling that to me who've been in a war?
Well, I mean, that's each of us have our own take and what we experienced while we were there. And
So-
nobody comes back the same.
So I have a quick question. So you were a tanker, which that MOS checked out. MOS checked out.
Oh Lord.
Were you on a foot patrol? I'm just curious how this happened. Because as an 0311 in Iraq, I don't remember seeing any tankers going on foot patrols with us. So were you on a foot patrol, or how did this happen?
Well, you get volunteered for some things. I was kind of like volunteered for something, and it happened that way.
And what firearm, what pew were you pew-pewed with?
It was in a village, so they had something. I believe it was, what do they call them? It's an old favorite gun they used to have over there, like a SIG or something like that.
Because
It was a
hydroshock
SIG.
rounds only come in certain calibers.
Yeah, I believe it's a 40. I can't tell you. I think it was a 9 millimeter SIG. I believe it was a SIG they had back then.
I'll take 9 millers.
Yeah, I think it was a SIG. It had to be a SIG. Because they have old guns over there. Well, I'm sorry, pew-pews over there. You already know that.
Yeah.
I was just curious because I've never seen a tanker go on a foot patrol. That's all I'm saying. Never
God,
had-
come on, come on, man. You were a grunt.
just-
You know
just-
how
just
the
to,
green weenie does us. Come on, man.
Cyber. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I didn't question that because it's depending on what they need. So I was out there doing a whole bunch of stuff that my MOS wasn't fit for. So I that one I let slide. I'm not gonna question that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, as much as I'm entertained by this conversation, I think we've got some more Christians waiting to come through. So, MJJ, listen, you've been really interesting to talk to. I mean, really interesting. I think everyone's having a good time. But this is kind of a debate space, so I don't think
understand.
beyond your miracle story, I doubt you have any compelling thing to debate for.
Okay, yeah, that's
Is that
fair.
true?
That's fair.
Okay, but thanks for telling us your story. I love a good story.
I hear you, Justin. It's a real story, not a good.
I believe you. I believe you.
All right, have a good night, guys, and thank you guys for your service as well.
Have a good one. Thank you for serving.
All right, goodbye.
All right, cheers.